I declare resumed the 10th Emergency Special Session of the General Assembly on illegal Israeli actions in occupied East Jerusalem and the rest of the occupied Palestinian territory. Members will recall that in paragraph 6 of its resolution ES-10/18 of 16th January 2009, the General Assembly decided, I quote, to adjourn the 10th Emergency Special Session temporarily and to authorize the President of the General Assembly at its most recent session to resume its meeting upon request from Member States, end quote. I should like to draw the attention of delegations to the following documents. A/ES-10/769, which contains a letter dated 18th December 2017 from the permanent representatives of Turkey and Yemen to the United Nations, requesting the resumption of the 10th Emergency Special Session. And A/ES-10/771, which contains a letter dated 19th December 2017 from the permanent representative of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela to the United Nations, also requesting the resumption of the 10th Emergency Special Session. I intend to conduct the proceedings of this meeting in accordance with the rules of procedure of the General Assembly and past practice of the 10th Emergency Special Session. In accordance with the Rule 63 of the Rules of Procedure of the General Assembly, the President and Vice Presidents of the 72nd Session shall serve in the same capacity at the resumed 10th Emergency Special Session. May I take it that it is the wish of the General Assembly to decide that the Credentials Committee of the 72nd Session should serve for the resumed 10th Emergency Special Session. It is so decided. In keeping with the established practice, I should now like to invite the attention to the General Assembly to document A/ES-10/770 concerning Member States that are in arrears in the payment of their financial contributions to the United Nations within the terms of Article 19 of the Charter. May I take it that the General Assembly duly takes note of the information contained in this document. It is so decided. In this connection, may I further take it that it is the wish of the General Assembly to follow the provisions of Resolution 72/2, by which the Comoros, Guinea-Bissau, Sao Tome and Principe, and Somalia are permitted to vote in the General Assembly until the end of its 72nd session, and to also allow these Member States to vote at the Emergency Special Session. It is so decided. The General Assembly will now resume its consideration of Agenda Item 5, entitled Illegal Israeli Actions in Occupied East Jerusalem and the Rest of the Occupied Palestinian Territory. In connection with this item, the General Assembly has before it a draft resolution issued as document A/ES-10/L22. I now give the floor to the distinguished representative of Yemen to introduce draft resolution A/ES-10/L22.
السيد الرئيس.
Mr. President, allow me at the outset to offer our sincere appreciation to you, Your Excellency, President of the General Assembly, for holding the 10th Emergency Special Session of the United Nations General Assembly in light of the sensitive circumstances that our region is experiencing and which constitute a threat to international peace and security. in accordance with resolution number 8221 of the Arab League Ministerial Council held in its extraordinary session in Cairo on the 9th of December 2017, and the extraordinary exceptional session held by the Islamic Summit in Istanbul on the 13th of December 2017. We would also like to express our sincere gratitude to all the member states of the Non-Aligned Movement for their support for holding this emergency special session, which is in line with their firm position on the question of Palestine. Mr. President, we express our regret over the fact that the United States of America exercised the veto against the draft resolution submitted by the Egyptian Arab Republic at the Security Council on behalf of the Arab Group, which aims to protect the city of Jerusalem and refuse any attempt to change its legal and historical position that is deeply entrenched in international law. I would also like to express our condemnation of the approach adopted by the United States of America to confront and to run counter to 14 votes in the Security Council, which are representative of international consensus, unanimity on the status of the city of Al-Quds al-Sharif in line with the principles of international law, international legitimacy, and United Nations resolutions of relevance. The decision taken by the United States administration on the 6th of December 2017 on the status of Jerusalem is considered null and void and has no legal consequence that would change the status of occupied Jerusalem. It is considered a blatant violation of the rights of the Palestinian people and the Arab nation and all Muslims and Christians of the world. It is considered a dangerous violation and breach of international law and the Charter of the United Nations, which stipulates the inadmissibility of the forceful annexation of land, and it is a serious threat to stability, peace, and security in the region and in the world, not to mention the fact that it undermines any chances for peace and a two-state solution and only serves to fan the fires of violence and extremism. East Jerusalem continues to be occupied, Mr. President, and it is an inseparable part of the lands of the State of Palestine, and we confirm that Palestine has an absolute right to exercise its sovereignty on all occupied Palestinian territories that have been occupied since 1967, including East Jerusalem. Therefore, we call on all states, including the United States of America, to not recognize any measures and any steps that run counter to that, and we ask that they refrain from the establishment of diplomatic missions in the Holy City pursuant to Security Council resolutions as has been endorsed by the draft resolution presented and the General Assembly's position on this question, which has remained steadfast over many decades. We strongly condemn all policies, all Israeli policies, practices, and plans that are illegal and that aim to annex the occupied East Jerusalem and change its Arab identity and demographic structure. We reject all attempts to change the historic and legal status of Islamic and Christian holy sites in the city, including Al-Haram al-Sharif. And here we appreciate the role that is being played by the Kingdom of Jordan in offering protection and in confronting all of these illegal attempts as the guardian of the holy sites in the city. Furthermore, we appreciate the role that is being played by the Committee on Al-Quds, which is led by the Moroccan Kingdom. We also salute the steadfastness of the sisterly Palestinian people who stand to defend their land, their holy sites, their history, and their culture in the face of oppression and of injustice and of aggression, and in the face of anyone who tries to deny their right to exist and their natural right to exist in a holy Arab city. Mr. President, the Israeli occupation of Arab territories, including Palestinian land, is the source of all tension in the region. There will be no security and no stability in the region without finding a solution that will do justice to the Palestinian people and will give them their legitimate rights in freedom and dignity and the independence of a Palestinian state with East Jerusalem as its capital on the basis of the Land for Peace principle and the two-state solution in accordance with the terms of reference of peace, which also include the Arab Peace Initiative that continues to stand since 2002 and forms the just basis for a peaceful solution as has been agreed on by the international community, including the Security Council. Today, the Yemeni Republic, in its capacity as chair of the Arab Group for this month, and in partnership with Turkey as the chair of the Islamic Summit, present the General Assembly with a draft resolution on the status of the city of Jerusalem under the title United for Peace. This draft resolution stipulates that any decisions and actions which purport to have altered the character, status, or demographic composition of the holy city of Jerusalem have no legal effect, are null and void completely, and must be rescinded in compliance with relevant resolutions of the Security Council, and in this regard calls upon all states to refrain from the establishment of diplomatic missions in the Holy City of Jerusalem pursuant to Security Council Resolution number 478 of the year 1980. Moreover, it demands that all states comply with Security Council resolutions regarding the Holy City of Jerusalem, Al-Quds Al-Sharif, and not recognize any actions or measures contrary to these resolutions. Moreover, it reiterates its call for the reversal of the negative trends on the ground that are imperiling the two-state solution and for the intensification and acceleration of international and regional efforts and support aimed at achieving without delay a comprehensive, just, and lasting peace in the Middle East. On the basis of the relevant United Nations resolutions, the Madrid Terms of Reference, including the Principle of Land for Peace, the Arab Peace Initiative, and the Quartet Road Map, and an end to the Israeli occupation that began in 1967. Mr. President, we'd like to take this opportunity to express our sincere gratitude to the great efforts exerted by the sisterly Arab Republic of Egypt in its capacity as the Arab delegation in the Security Council in tabling the draft resolution at the Council and as well as bolstering the necessary support for it. We thank all member states that have voted in favor of the draft resolution, and we salute their principled position towards the question. And we would also like to express our thanks to all of the delegations that have joined in the sponsorship of the draft resolution that we submit today for supporting the principles that this resolution stands for, which is also a reflection of their firm positions on the rule of law and the just cause of Palestine. We call upon all peace-loving countries that truly want peace. We call upon them to stand steadfast for the rule of law. We ask them to support this draft resolution, to vote for right, to vote for peace, to vote for stability in the Middle East and the entire world. I thank you.